crew at Dinosaur Adventure. Third, hey, Matt, we have 206,000 subscribers. Yay. Tell your friends to subscribe to our channel. We believe God ought to get the glory for his creation. To the dumb religion, and it's a religion, not a science at all. Now, we're not against science. We're against evolution, not science. It's a religion. Helping for free. You can join our 777 club. I say to Dr. Dino, I like what guys are doing. I want to help them win souls. That's all we want to do with everything we get around here. Influence people for the Lord. How did you guys get the tour today? Yeah? You guys did a tour yet, did you? No? Huh? You did last time? Okay. That was enough? Oh, I have fun giving that thing. It's a blast. Anyway, tours today. I think got to get more people coming for that. Okay. Make any checks to CSE if you want to help us Christian Science evangelism. We think God ought to get the glory. Let's see. Dinosaur Adventureland, straight north of Pensacola, 70 across I-65 in the itty-bitty town of Lenox, and we love it up here. God gets the glory instead of the dumb evolution religion, and it's a religion. A few miles off I-65. If you have a singing group, stop in. Wasn't that cool, the Bulgarian family singing? I loved it, man. 4 kids off at college. Have told 11 kids. Matt?
13 kids.
Huh? 13 kids. Okay. Well, you got, man, you only got 2. Hey, it's not complicated. Long talk after church, okay? All right, let's see. Let's come visit our Dinosaur Adventureland. Take the tours of our. We just want to please the Lord and win souls, okay? The Safari Real Tour, Science Center Tour, the Farm Tour, the Playground Tour. And it's a perfect place to bring your Boy Scout group, a women's retreat, men's retreat, a scout group, anybody. Come on. 500 science lessons with a spiritual application and 246 baptized. Now, we may have a little problem here. Big Will, what, 6'8" or 9? 7 foot when he was younger. Baptize him. I'm worried about the lake overflowing. What a blessing he's been. Came here and been genius tractors and is smoothing all the lake out. We have 3 zip lines. Come give. If you hold your feet in front of you, when you hit the water, it'll give you a wedgie a week. Camp record is 10 days. Is that on Jeremiah, the record? Longest wedgie? It is not. We probably better not put that on there. Okay, let's see. 140 lakes. You can come swim or fish and all kinds of fun stuff to do. Most of our activities are done. Most of our buildings come stay in one of our cabins. Everything's free. Looking for a drag line or a long-reach excavator? Anywhere $25,000, $50,000. If you want to help us with those. Let's see, get our seminar series, $50 for the whole thing, or our seminar series on what on earth's about to happen. Have you keep an eye on, folks, watch what's happening. It's coming together like unbelievable. It's getting real close. Okay, anyway, making babies on Friday night. Long-term project. If you want to help us, send the coolest animal that you think makes babies in the most unusual way. There are some really strange ways. I'd like to know how evolved. Help me collect all the various ways plants and animals make babies and ask evolution to explain how the process evolved slowly. You can claim it's science. Well, then explain it, please. Especially tonight on Giraffe. How did this happen? I'm going to ask you questions. I'd like you to explain scientifically. Okay, send your research to secretary at drdino.com and gets interrupted by debates once in a while. Calls Donnie at Standing for Truth. Is it up on our website, the list of those who refuse to debate? 20-page?
It's not.
Why not?
We just haven't gotten around.
All right, we'll do that top priority. Donnie, Truth has a 20-page list of people who refuse to debate. They won't debate me. So you guys bring them. We'll take you all on same time, or 1 at a time, or 10 at a time. It's very simple. Where's the evidence for evolution? You claim it's science. Well, come on, 20 of them, pages of them. If you will go to school, university, ask your teacher, will you be willing to debate Kent Hovind on Standing for Truth? If they say no, or when they say no, send their name and a pic into Donnie at Standing for Truth and say, add them to the list. We're going for 20,000. Okay. Oh, I did the rematch. I did that. Still not sure what I debated. Okay, let's see. This guy canceled, Mark Siegel. Come on, Mark, bring it on. Where's your evidence? So tonight, making babies, the 23rd. Now, to warn you, adult content here. You parents sit with your kids or take them out or something, a couple things, you're going to say, oh, well, it's the way it is, part of nature. But we're going to talk about how giraffes make babies, okay? The Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is. Everything. That includes dinosaurs who lived with man. God made the stars, everything in those 6 days, everything. Yep. Get our seminar series for a whole lot more on that. The dumbest and most dangerous religious cult in the history of the world. It's a mental illness. The fool in his heart, there's no God. And you're a fool if you're an atheist. So come visit Dinosaur Adventureland. It's fun. You can't beat it. It's a blast. Okay. Making babies. That was the first command God gave. It's probably the most talked about topic in human society, various aspects of it. It's the greatest drive every male of every species has. It's the most important for the survival of the species. And it's done scores of different and amazing ways. And it cannot be explained by evolution. None of them can be explained. Let us make man in our image, God said, after our likeness. So he made them male and female. Let's see. Male and female created he them. Male and female, male and female. By the way, there's only two, male and female, no more, okay? God bless, be fruitful and multiply. First thing God said, chapter 1, go have a bunch of babies. So that's the command. God blessed him, said, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth. God blessed him and said, be fruitful and multiply, be fruitful and multiply. After the flood's over, God said, you and the boys get off the ark, be fruitful and multiply and fill up the earth with people, okay? Be fruitful and multiply. So a star indicates the evolution believers, and you are believers, by the way, need to give a real scientific explanation of how a step in reproduction came about by blind chance. I don't believe you can, but I'll give you a chance to give it a try. Not a fairy tale. I want you to say, well, it's here, so it must have evolved, because I could say, it's here, so it must have been created. I want scientific evidence. How did it happen? Step by step. When it becomes all that the evolution religion cannot offer any step-by-step scientific evidence for how these steps took place without a designer, we would like the evolutionists to admit they have a religion and help us remove it from all the public schools, all the science centers, and all the museums. Shouldn't be. It's not fair for all of us to pay for your religion to be taught. So when it becomes obvious, get it out of the schools. That's all I want. I'm not against science. I'm against evolution. It's not part of science. Some reproduction is seasonal. Some is annual or stimulated by sight. Others by taste. Some by sound. How did that happen? Why are some stimulated by sight, others stimulated by sound or taste? If it involves two individuals, does the female assist, resist, or persist? I know you atheists. Come on, bring it on. Does the plant or animal die soon after its reproductive season? Do the parents assist the babies with food, education, protection? Some do, some don't. Why? What happened here? How many steps are involved at the cellular level? At the fertilization level? At the development level? How many things have to go just right to make it work? How many things could go wrong to make it stop working? Yeah, get the seahorses. Tell me how they evolved. Okay? Is it mitosis, meiosis? We'll get into all that. Another 8 species that are bending the rules of reproduction. We'll talk about a bunch of them. So I want you, all of you, do this. Send it in. Pick a plant or animal. Where they make babies. Does it have contact or no contact? Oak trees, put out the pollen, hope it lands on something. That evolved. I like the contact way much better, but okay. Do babies require care or on their own? Are they on their own from birth? Some are just their own kid. Are they born alive or in an egg for a while? Do they change phases completely, metamorphic, born and go up as a caterpillar and turn to a butterfly? How did that happen? A parent or two? Do any require 3 or 4 or 7? Tell me what's unusual or complex about the entire process from start to finish. Could it be explained by random evolution, or would it require a designer? Does it produce one baby at a time, or many, or maybe thousands? Some produce babies. How did that happen? Research your plant or animal, include the references and data, prepare PowerPoint slides, send it to me, and join me to prepare a video on how this method of making babies could have evolved. You can all join me in this long-term project. Every Friday night, we'll be doing one, Lord willing. Make everyone, young or old, can help. Okay? Even or foe, you can help. Collect all the various ways they make babies and tell us how, step by step. Send the research in. Okay. For each or these life forms, LF, I would like those who believe in evolution to answer simple questions. Why would this life form want to reproduce anything? Reproducing, making babies, use sources, risks harm or death to the parents, and increases competition for resources. Why didn't any of the animals just evolve to live forever? They all make babies, and then they die. I think they'd evolve to live forever, wouldn't they? Yeah. What scientific evidence is there to show the millions of steps required to develop this ability? Show the scientific, not theoretical, evidence. How did both male and female develop at the same time in the same place and have an interest in reproducing? What if the male and female evolved 50 years apart? They evolved 100 miles apart. Show the scientific, not the theoretical evidence for step. We're going to produce a video series. I love the incredible creatures. If you've not seen that, you need to get it. Incredible creatures that defy evolution. Okay, the giraffe is an amazing animal. How did both male and female time in the same place and have an interest in reproducing? Show the scientific evidence. Giraffes. Let me play just a 2-minute video about giraffes and how the babies are born. How many have never seen a giraffe baby born before?
Giraffes are pregnant for 15 months. These moms typically return to their birthplace to give birth, but they don't get comfortable. Instead, they remain standing, letting their calf fall 2 meters before slamming into the ground on their head. This abrupt entry into the world, the cats are up and walking around within 2 hours of birth. Number 3, the Suriname.
Mama gives birth, standing up, baby falls down on his head, and it's fine. They fall down on their head, fall 6 feet. They didn't evolve, guys, to be designed. Baby giraffe being born, it drops 6 feet, lands on his head. Baby seems to like it. He seems like his mother after he did to him. You don't get mad to him at a mom. Now, giraffes can't talk. We can't hear it. They do a very low rumble that they can hear. The male neck and sniffs her butt. And if she senses, she's ready. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. How do animals? From, I think that's it. Male giraffes will explore the rump and genital area. If she likes him, she'll voluntarily produce urine, which he'll sniff and taste. Not a giraffe. To see if she's in estrus. Cannot afford to waste time and energy trying to court a female to be pregnant or not yet estrus. Ray Tran, an independent behaviorologist at Namibia, says via email, she added that many animals do the same. National Geographic. How did the male giraffe evolve the sense of smell to know what her urine is like? How long did that take to evolve? Evolution? Come on. How did that evolve? Why would he care if she's in estrus? Why does he wait till those 4 days when it's right? Knowledge to urinate if he's interested and she's ready. How does she know she's ready to get pregnant? Oh, I'm going to pee now. Taste it, honey. Okay. Since giraffes give birth standing up, the calf starts off its life with a drop of up to 2 meters. This fall breaks the umbilical cord and stimulates breathing. Doctors at the hospital sometimes have to help the baby smack him on the butt. Well, this is what the giraffe's way to do it. How long did that take to evolve? Female giraffe estrus every 2 weeks, all year round. Male will not mate until she's to get pregnant. How did that evolve? Come on, guys. I don't want to just so answer. Show me the scientific steps. This sexual hunt involves, this is from livescience.com, involves the male prodding the rear end of different females with his head. Some females respond by spreading their legs and urinating, sparking a so-called phlegm response from the male. He tastes it and says, "Oh, that tastes so good." Man, am I glad I'm not a giraffe. He will lift his upper lip, flare his nostrils, and inhale. You got good smelling pee, honey. In addition to sniffing the urine, he may even taste it, taking in additional chemical cues to see if the female is ready to mate. Evolutionists, step by step, explain how this could evolve. How did it work before it evolved? After successfully mounting a female, the male ejaculates almost immediately, typically in less than 2 seconds. Now that sounds boring. Okay, so here's some interesting facts about giraffes, okay? Giraffes are fascinating animals. I just cut and pasted a few of I took out the key ones here. They have the shortest sleep requirements of any mammal, between 10 minutes and 2 hours a day. 10 minutes to 2 hours a day. Huh. Giraffes are the tallest of all extant, or still living, land-living animal species. They can attain a height of up to 17 feet. The tallest male recorded giraffe stood at 20 feet tall. Wow. So how did this evolve? How did they evolve to get by on only a few hours sleep? Come on, give me an answer. How come we need a whole lot more than that? Male giraffe can weigh 1,900 kilograms. Female is only 1,100, 1,200 kilograms. Well, that's quite a difference. We'll get into the difference reason in a minute. The giraffe's single step when he's walking is 15 feet. Every step, 15 feet, just walking. The long legs of the giraffe allow them to run as fast as 56 kilometers per hour. What would that be? About 30 miles an hour or more? Now, you evolutionists will say, well, the giraffe has long neck so he can reach the trees. No, the giraffe has a long neck so he can reach the ground. If he can't get a drink. What if he had long legs and short neck? They can run as fast. See, number 10. During mating season, bulls sometimes battle another by butting their long necks and heads. Such contests aren't usually dangerous and usually end when one animal submits and walks away. Giraffes are among the animals with the longest tongue, 53 centimeter. That would be about 22 inches. How did that evolve? That's a long tongue. I've seen some women can come close to that with gossipers. Okay, the most dangerous activity for a giraffe is drinking because they may spread their legs and bend down in an awkward position to do so, which makes them vulnerable to predators. Giraffes have the highest known blood pressure of any mammal in the world, up to 280 millimeters of mercury. That's twice the average human blood pressure. So how did that evolve, and how did that evolve? Come on, guys, give me a step-by-step here. Giraffe's heartbeat, 170 times a minute, about twice what humans are. It pumps 16 gallons of blood per minute. That's on the average. Oh, I'm sorry, how did that evolve? Giraffe drinks 10 gallons of water every day, or per day, but they only need to drink once every several days. Take a 10-gallon drink, they're done for a while. Well, there's a couple of reasons for that. Sometimes they live in places where there's not much water. They got to go a few days to find the next water hole. No problem. Unlike crocodiles, giraffes have no tear ducts, but they have been seen crying. Unlike humans, the female giraffe gives birth standing up. The newly born giraffe, called a calf, must endure falling 1.5 meters headfirst to the ground. How long did it take for the mama to figure out, boy, I better drop this kid or he's not going to be breathing? Let's hear a scientific answer. Come on, AJ, Atheist Junior, Mr. Patterson. You like to claim evolution's a science. You answer some of these, okay? Newly born giraffes are amazing. In half an hour, they can already stand up. Within 10 hours after birth, they can run. How many of you have kids and it took you a whole lot longer than that to teach them even to walk? Okay? How did that evolve? It's pretty good that it did, because otherwise the predators would get them, wouldn't they? Like zebras, no two individual giraffes have exactly the same pattern. How did that evolve? Like our fingerprints are different. You'd think if one of them evolved and it's just simply genetics, copying the code to make the next giraffe, the next one would be identical. No, they're all different. How did that evolve? Individual giraffe eats 34 kilograms of food a day. What would that be? About 80 pounds a day. Primary food is acacia leaves. Giraffes have known the longest necks in the world. Its extremely long neck is actually too short to reach the ground. Giraffes can be found in Africa naturally, and the color of their tongue is black. Their tongue is amazing. Wait till you see what they can do with their tongue, the giraffe tongue, okay? The longest tail of any land mammal. The tail usually measures 8 feet long. Well, that's so they can swat the flies all up and down their long body. Now, did the long body evolve first or the long tail evolve first? Giraffes have hearts that measure 2 feet long and weigh 11.4 kilograms. I prefer the English system. That's about 25 pounds, okay? Giraffes were born with horns, and they've never been observed bathing. They would be clumsy and unstable in water. Female giraffes are amazing mothers. They form a type of daycare for their young. One of the females in the herd will stay behind and babysits all the youngsters while the rest of the females go out shopping at Walmart. Foraging for food. How did this evolve? Giraffes' average territorial range is 46 square miles. They walk around. Okay. Adult giraffes are too large for most predators, but the young can fall prey to lions. Leopards and hyenas and lion can die when kicked by a giraffe. 50% of all giraffe calves reach adulthood, the rest die. Female giraffes have their first conception in their 5th year. They're pregnant for 15 months. You ladies, glad you're not a giraffe, okay? Giraffes spend 20 hours a day feeding, and a giraffe life expectancy in the wild is 25 years. Newborn giraffe is already 6 feet tall and weighs 150 pounds. What if the baby giraffe was not 6 feet tall? How's he going to get a drink? Because mama's milk supply is way up there, you know. They got long legs. Guys, explain this. Were the baby giraffes smaller at first and they all died for millions of years till they finally got taller? Is that how it happened? Baby will begin nursing within an hour. Baby will generally begin walking within an hour. They spend 16 to 20 hours a day feeding. How did that evolve? Giraffes have the toughest tongues of any mammals. They seem impervious to the vicious thorns on the foliage they eat. They will also eat grass and fruit. Their tongue is so tough, they just eat stuff with thorns. It doesn't bother them, and here's how. I want you to explain this now. Giraffes produce thick saliva, which coats any thorns in preparation for swallowing. See, for millions of years, they didn't have the thick saliva, and they all died from poking their tongue and bleeding internally. How did that evolve, guys? Let's hear it. Giraffes were once thought to be mute, but were observed that when they bleat, grunt, snort, or communicate at an infrasound level, below what we can hear. Average lifespan is 25, increases to 28 if they're in captivity. There are no multi-births. Females give one baby at a time. Okay. Giraffe's neck is as long as 7 feet, 50% of its height. Male giraffe determines female fertility by tasting the female's urine in order to detect estrus. After a simple fight, one of the most dominant male remains, only the most dominant male, and copulation will follow. So, how did this unusual method of testing whether she's ready to make a baby, why would he care if she's in estrus? Why would he care? How did that evolve? Old male giraffes are nicknamed stink bulls. There are 11 main aromatic chemicals in the fur of a giraffe, and they don't ever bathe. I know some people like that. Just as there are no two humans have the same fingerprints, no two giraffes have the same pattern of spots. Giraffes in the wild generally stand up to sleep because it would take too long for them to get back on their feet. Male giraffes are no good fathers. They largely play, by the way, how did that evolve? Okay, they play no role in raising the young. There's about 150,000 giraffes in the world. Giraffe's sexual organ is 40 inches long. Actually, 4 feet is what most references say. Let's see, penis size chart. The pig is 1.5 feet long, but the adult gorilla is only 2 inches long. Now you guys claim gorillas are related to humans, right? Humans are closely related to chimpanzees. Gorillas are our next closest relative. Really? Maybe that explains why some of the atheists I debated have a good reason to believe they're related to gorillas. Remember, I asked him if he has one, and he wouldn't answer. So, okay. Rhinoceros, 2 feet long. Bull, 2.5 feet long. Giraffe, 4 feet long. Elephant, 6.5 feet. I want you to explain how it evolved And how did they make babies when it was only a foot long? For millions of years, they all died. Couldn't make it, could they? Whale, 10 feet, some of them 15 feet. Male giraffes weigh 4,200 pounds. They only mount the female for a few seconds because she's a whole lot smaller and less. It would break her legs if it took longer. So for millions of years, all the mother giraffes got their legs broke till Daddy finally said, you know, honey, I'll try to speed it up. 2 seconds, okay. The baby is tall enough to reach mama's milk, about 3 to 4 gallons a day. Utterly ridiculous. How did that evolve? The male does his job in 2 seconds. How did that evolve? Babies can walk in an hour. How did that evolve? They sleep standing up only for a short time. The heart can pump blood 17 feet off the ground. I would like you evolutionists to explain how this evolved. I think that's fair. You want all of us to pay for your religion to be taught. Well, you should have a scientific answer. Let's hear it. Do you really believe this animal had no designer? Do you ever wish you could just praise God for his amazing creations? I don't understand you atheists and evolutionists. You look at amazing things and say, wow, it all happened by chance. I see the same thing and say, wow, God, you're amazing. I can go up on the sand dune and look at the stars and say, wow, I love you, Lord. Thank you for letting me be your child. And if he can make all this in 6 days, he's been working on our house up there for 2,000 years. You know, I go to prepare a place for you. Can't wait to see that place. He made the giraffe in seconds. God said, let the earth bring forth all the animals. Poof. They all came to be. God thought of everything with the giraffe, everything. Absolutely everything. Okay, any questions or comments about the giraffe? Where's you atheists? Come in. Answer some right here, right now. Go ahead. Any up there, brother? Randall? Take my screen down. It's black. Okay? Any questions or comments, though? You still didn't take it down. There, okay. None? I think maybe the giraffe was designed to be a giraffe. I think they're amazing. Give God the glory. Now, if some of you atheists and evolutionists get frustrated with this series, I can understand why you do. You need to give it up. Say, Lord, I'm sorry, you do exist. There's no other explanation. God made this world. But some of you will reject that. It won't go well for you Judgment Day. You're going to be judged by that same Lord. Okay, no other questions? Thank you, visitors, for coming, and time to quit. See you tomorrow. Bye.